This show just keeps getting better and better. What is up, y'all? It's your man, That Dude, bringing you guys another video. I'm giving out subscriptions down below, so go hit that button. I'd appreciate it. Jujutsu Kaisen Episode 3. Before I get into what happened in this episode, I am really disappointed in myself that I have not talked about just how good the OP for Jujutsu Kaisen is. The OP slaps, the visuals are great. It is an all-around great OP, and even the ending musical number is also great, and the dancing we have at the ending, it is just all around a good opening and good ending. And now a good opening ending does not make it a great anime, but pretty much all great anime have good openings and endings, so Jujutsu Kaisen can also check that box off. I am getting some serious Naruto and Bleach vibes from Jujutsu Kaisen in these first 3 episodes. Story-wise, it reminds me a lot of Bleach with the supernatural aspect, and then curses are very similar to Hollow in the way they are formed and the way they behave. Now, the team structure reminds me a lot of Naruto, and you really can't tell me that Gojo Sensei does not remind you of Kakashi Sensei just from an aesthetic standpoint. They look very similar with their build and especially their hairstyles, and they both have a very unique face covering. The similarities are very evident when it comes to those two characters. And just with the characters from where you have Itadori, Fushiguro, and Nobara, Itadori is not an exact clone of Naruto. I'm not saying they have like super similar characteristics, but you can draw some similarities between Itadori and Naruto. You can draw some similarities between Fushiguro and Sasuke, where they're both kind of gloomy and not very social. And then Nobara just got introduced, so I don't want to draw any comparisons between her and Sakura so far. But with Fushiguro and Itadori, you can draw some similarities between them and Sasuke and Naruto. So I do get some serious Naruto and Bleach vibes from Jujutsu Kaisen so far. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Naruto and Bleach are 2 of the biggest shonen of all time. So if Jujutsu Kaisen can effectively incorporate some of the things that made those shows so great, it bodes well for the future of Jujutsu Kaisen. Nobara is quite the interesting character. I like what little we've seen of Nobara so far. I like the way the show is building up her personality. I like how confident she is in her abilities, and she is very assured of herself. Even in her appearance, she believes that she is drop dead gorgeous, and I like that we're getting a female character with that kind of confidence. Now, female characters with that kind of confidence aren't necessarily rare, but they're usually tsundere characters, and I hate tsundere characters. But hopefully Nobara doesn't turn out to be a tsundere, or at least not a tsundere to the extreme. But so far, I like what we're getting of her character. I am assuming the dynamic that she has with Fushiguro and Itadori will be the center of a lot of comedy in the show going forward, because they're gonna clash over a lot of things because they're just differing personalities. And I like that the show did not immediately introduce any kind of romantic chemistry between Nobara or either of the two other guys in the group. I really want Nobara to develop as a character independent of any feelings that she may or may not have for Fushiguro or Itadori or any other male character or female character for that instance they bring into the show, because a lot of anime fall into the trap with female characters where they write them in a way where the development is always tied into the feelings that they may have or a relationship they may have with a male character. And I really don't want that to be the case with Nobara, because she might fall into the trap of a Sakura, where almost all of Sakura's development is tied into a Sasuke or tied into a Naruto and her relationship with the two. And she winds up being a character a lot of fans hate because she is not a character in her own right. She's a character that needs the presence of other characters to be fully actualized, and I don't want that for Nobara. I really want her to be a fully actualized character without having to rely on Itadori or Fushiguro for development. Itadori is fucking awesome, man. He is such a natural when it comes to fighting curses, and it's another thing that he has in common with Ichigo, you know, going back to the similarities with Bleach, where Ichigo he took to fighting Hollow very well. He picked up on how to fight Hollow very quickly, and he was pretty much a natural at it. Itadori seems to also be a natural when it comes to fighting curses. He has good instincts in battle. He's already, you know, very physically strong, even without having any jujutsu techniques or relying on the powers of Sukuna. He is capable without any of those things, and which I think is very refreshing, because I don't like all the constant underdog stories we get in a lot of shonen anime, which are like your Dekus or your Astas, where everything's an underdog story where they are weak and then they gain some ability that makes them strong. More so with Deku than Asta. Asta did train his body to become strong, but And I have a whole video where I talk about why, to me, Deku is a boring main character, and I will link that in the description. I recommend you go watch it. I'd appreciate it. But I like that we are getting a shonen protagonist who is not an underdog, who is powerful and capable before he learns any techniques from whatever organization or mentor he is learning from. He is already capable, and he is nobody's underdog. I don't want to keep saying how great I think Jujutsu Kaisen can be, but I just see so much potential in this show. With the characters and their chemistry, we haven't even begun to see what dynamics are going to have together, or interpersonal relationships we're going to build with each other. And so there's just so much that I see this show can be going forward. And I look forward to seeing how all these things flesh out, because I am all in on this show. I love it after just 3 episodes. I don't know if I've ever fell in love with a shonen this quickly. No, I don't think I fell for Bleach this quickly, and Bleach is one of my all-time favorite shonen. I don't think I, fell in love with Naruto as quickly as I'm so invested in Jujutsu Kaisen. So it's going to be a big letdown for me if this show doesn't keep the momentum that it's built right now over the 24 episode run. I think it's getting 24 episodes for the season. If it doesn't keep that momentum going for the full 24 episode run, now not every episode has to be great. That would be an unfair expectation to hold this show to. But I do want it to build upon the potential it has and actualize some of that potential, where it's not just potential, it becomes a great show over this 24 episode run. Alright guys, that's all I have for you on this one. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know why in the comments. And if you are so inclined, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.